What's up, guys? Jeremy Kane, Real Estate Agent Playbook. Super excited for today's episode. I have a good friend of mine, former middle school classmate of mine, Bernadette Reed Makowicki from the Reed Home team at Remax Professionals. She's going to share with us her secret sauce, which is absolutely client events. I follow a lot of realtors on social. I know a lot of real estate agents, and she absolutely is top level, top notch when it comes to her client events. So she's going to come share a little bit of her insight, kind of her why, and her passion around it, as well as, some of her follow-up and how she is converting her client events into big-time transactions. So super excited. So without further ado, throw me a like, comment, subscribe, but let's get into it. What's up, everybody? So excited to have Bernadette Reed Makowicki.
Good job.
From the Reed Home team here. Bernadette and I actually went to middle school together, and we've reconnected now that we're both top producing agents in the Denver metro market. So super excited to have her on the episode. Bernadette, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Happy Friday.
Yep, absolutely. Tell us a little bit about your kind of adventure through real estate and kind of what you where you hang your hat in the industry.
So I got into real estate almost 9 years ago. I was a dental hygienist before then. I became a single mom, and the schedule of the 9 to 5 just didn't work for me, which is a lot of the reasons why a lot of people get into this. And in that interim, I bought my first home, and the agent I worked with actually just happened to be a friend of mine, and they had a team. And so I jumped on their team and kind of hit the ground running. I have been with Remax Professionals for the past almost 6 years. Before that, I was with Berkshire Hathaway when it was innovative, and it's been a great, 9 years almost for me.
Absolutely. And, one thing I can't help but notice about your content and things is just that you absolutely love your job, love serving people. What do you love most about being a real estate agent?
I am super passionate about helping people. That's just who I am. I love people. I love helping them. And with real estate, you really do help their financial goals and their lifestyle and stability and all of those things that creates. So a little bit about me is yes, we went to middle school together. I was moved a lot as a kid. And so I didn't really actually have that structure and stability. So I kind of bounced around once we moved to Colorado. And that's the one thing I hated the most about my childhood. So just giving someone else the opportunity to create stability for themselves or their kids or their family, really is near and dear to my heart, because I know how important that is in growing in any aspect. So,
and I guess the only thing from moving around is you got that Philadelphia sports thing going on. That's not super
fly,
appropriate,
fly,
but
always.
but I love it. You're even passionate about that. I know you took your dad to the Super Bowl this year. That's just a testament to your success and your ability to serve other people. And, we don't have to get in your family life, but there's not a lot of family members that go unloved in your crew. I think that's amazing. So it's not just in real estate, it's an entire life thing. So I really appreciate that about you and admire that from afar a little bit. Damn, she's always going above and beyond. So with that said, you absolutely crush client events, and it's something that everybody kind of would love to do. And I teach a lot of agents how to farm and do the things. And I tell them that farming's like events and door knocking and everything, right? And in Fallbrook Farms up there, you're kind of the queen of Fallbrook Farms, in my opinion. So what is your process in getting those events going? Maybe we can talk about, your Easter one or any one you want to kind of talk about and take us through the entire process and how it started and how it's going.
Sure. No, absolutely. So before I lived in Fallbrook Farms, I lived in a neighborhood called Bell Creek in Henderson. Mm-hmm. And that was a very suburban neighborhood, very white picket fence kind of thing. At the charter school in there, I was the PTO president for, I think 8 years or something crazy. So I kind of, I also was in a sorority in college. And so those events kind of were things that we always did, just growing up kind of thing. And, you kind of planned and did things, and that kind of naturally followed me when I got into real estate. I do quite a few client appreciation events in Fallbrook. Right now, what we're doing is the neighborhood garage sale, which I have my little flyer with a little QR code for people to just, click and sign up. So that's coming up in June. I do family movie nights on Friday, the first Friday of every summer month, weather permitting. I'm working on that a little bit now because that's been the hardest event, honestly, because of the fact that like you have to wait until the sun goes down, and the families that are going to the family movie nights have younger kids. So right now I'm looking for a projector that'll work in sunlight. So I'm kind of working on that to kind of tweak that a little bit. So I think with events, I'm always learning as well. I do 4 standard client appreciation events every single year. And I'm going to kick off with like the last one I do. So the last one I do is a big Christmas party, and I bring Santa in and I invite all of my friends, family, clients, neighbors into my home, which is a little crazy. My home has kind of taken a beating. And so maybe I'm not sure that this will continue. It'll happen this year. And then I think I'm going to reevaluate. But Santa comes to my home. I hire Clydesdales to do light tours in our neighborhood. We do a full open bar. We have a taco lady that I've used for the past 9 years that comes in and makes street tacos. I do a s'mores bar outside with an open fire and a hot chocolate bar and those types of things. And that's like the first event that kind of kicks off going into the season, because our season, as you know, is spring and summer. In the spring, I usually always do a movie event where I rent out a movie theater and I invite everyone again, my friends, family, and those types of things, past clients, to come and watch a movie. And that really depends on like what movies are coming out. Sometimes they don't line up with like what I need. So sometimes I have to skip that event and I'll throw something else in there. This year we did Rocky's opening day, and I did that with some other team members in my office, and it was incredible. We rented out a parking lot in Denver, and we had a band and, you know, booze and food and all of the things. And it was a great time. In the fall, I do a pumpkin event and fall family photos where I hire a photographer to come in and take photos of my clients and then send them to them. So I try and partner up with as many like other people as I can to keep minimal of what the events cost. But then I also want my clients to feel super like a priority. I want them to feel like platinum. And so I'm going to go above and beyond. And if you're not on my level, I'm okay with that. I'll just do it myself. Like, because I am very much like, I'm a lot, like I do a lot, and I get that. And even with like my kids' birthday parties, I'm that way. So it's just who I am. But the reason why I love events and why I do them is when you're in these transactions with your clients, it's such a big deal, right? It's huge. And they want you to be a part of their lives. And I very much want to be a part of their lives, but our busy time is the weekends. So when they invite me to their kids' graduation parties or their weddings or their showers or whatever that looks like, 9 times out of 10, I can't make them, unfortunately, because I'm with another client or showing property or doing an open house or with my family. You know, I have to save those weekends, and I do take time off on the weekends to be with my core, because that's my why and why I'm here. But it gives me the opportunity to like see all my clients. So like invite them and see them all like in one quick swoop. And it's always beneficial. It always brings a return, whether you're getting a referral from it, or they're ready to list, or they're ready to buy, or they want to move up, or they want to talk about assessed value. It's always beneficial. So.
Right. And it's getting those conversations started and just providing value, right? I mean, yeah. That party is epic. It's like the North Pole in your house, which you know, we'll see how long that lasts. But the point is that she has a captive audience, right? Everything that you've talked about, your avatar is families and people looking to grow. And, you know, you can tell because like Santa Claus and s'mores and pumpkins and all the things that, you know, have those family ties, which, you know, that's super important. If you were living in a downtown condo, your events would probably look very different. And so that's something that, you know, it's taking note. It's always being flexible, right? Like, okay, well, we got this movie event in the summer. Like, what are we going to do? The kids have to go to bed, you know, that kind of stuff. And so that ability to be flexible and actually get into it. It's not like, and I love that you said like the platinum experience, your level, you know, if there's just the easy way to, you know, somebody in your office is doing an event and it's half-assed, like we're not into that.
And it's like absolutely. And it's no like disregard to like how Remax does things. They do great events too. However, that's just like, I don't know, that's like Walmart compared to Target. I'm trying to be Nordstrom. Like I'm trying to be the best of the best and make this an experience that they're going to remember. Cause people tell you all the time, it's not what you do for someone, it's how you make them feel. Mm-hmm. So when they walk into my home and they pick out their ornament that's on the tree with their house on there, and they're like, oh my gosh, that was so nice of you. And I'm like asking about the kids and how the school year went. And that's kind of like mid-year, going into the next year. They do, like, they genuinely know that I care, like, and it's not fake. Like, this is really who I am. And I do it at my house because they invite us all into their homes because we sell them or buy them or whatever. And so we see all of their homes. And so I think it's important for them to see our house as well and our family and like what that looks like, that dynamic. And as much as they want me to be a part of their lives, I very much want them to be a part of my life as well. So,
yeah, absolutely. And I mean, just the little gifts and the touches and all the things that didn't happen day one, I'm sure you've kind of taken into account, and that's pretty impressive, deal there. And absolutely, like the thing is, it's not cookie cutter, right? It's not your ex brokerage night at the Rockies. It's renting out a parking lot, bringing a band in, providing an amazing experience for the people that, that serves. And so that's pretty impressive. And, there's definitely reasons that this is kind of your pillar, right? I mean, and you're able to have real conversations with people. You're not, you don't have to call them and be like, hey, it's time to turn off your sprinklers. Like you can,
which is all great. Right. But at the same time, it's like, okay, why I'm calling, like it's not genuine. So
right. So you have the kids or, whatever, how did that competition turn out? How did the state championship go? Like all of those things, because I know you're so ingrained in all of those communities. And so that's a testament to your passion behind people and all of that. And you kind of touched on this, but is there any special follow-up that you do that seems to hit better than others? I know you mentioned maybe fall family photos, that kind of stuff, giving them something after the fact to kind of reconnect with them. Is there any like key follow-up that you have specific to any of your events?
So I honestly am just getting on the QR code kind of bandwagon at this point. I don't have a CRM. I know it's crazy. And a lot of agents are like, how do you survive? And I survive like off sticky notes, like they're all over my desk and my phone and my calendar. And that's kind of how I survive. And it's just kind of my personality. I'm not a paper kind of pusher girl. I'm just kind of like a wherever the wind takes me kind of girl. Mm-hmm. So, it's funny because people ask me that all the time, like, how do you follow up? How do you know? And I really don't. I just continue to have them and I continue to post them and do Facebook invites and social media invites and those types of things and really reach out to whoever is in my life or would want to come. It's not exclusive. It's like, if you want to come, great. If it fills up, sorry, it's going to go to clients first, friends, family, that kind of thing. But I don't do a whole lot of follow-up. I just hope that by truly giving with everything that you are and who you really are, and it's genuine, that it comes back to you.
Yep, absolutely. And I think, you might not have KV Core or Follow Up Boss, but you do have Facebook and you do have your iPhone and you do have, those are all many CRMs built in across your business. And I'll tell you right now, I have a CRM and I have all my people in it, but I'm not living by it. Right. I'm not like, call this person. There's no drip campaigns. So give yourself a little credit there.
Thank goodness. That makes me feel better.
That you're okay. So yeah, that's awesome. So if anybody has any questions for you, where can they follow you? Where can they see kind of the actual events that you do throw? I know, you mentioned Facebook, but where's the best place to follow you?
No, absolutely. Like Facebook, Instagram, anything like that. It's Bernadette Reed Makowicki. My last name is a little hard to spell, but at the same time, if you look up Bernadette Reed, it'll pop right up. You can always reach out to me. I always will sit down and like share ideas and help any way I can and like give that knowledge. My events at this point in time are truly like a well-oiled machine because I've been doing them for so long that I have vendors in place and I have everything kind of in place. And I just have to kind of fit the dates of when they fall into place. So it works out very well, but anytime, reach out, call, text, email, shoot me a Facebook message. I'm happy to like talk to anyone, share the wealth, all of the things.
Absolutely. Well, thanks so much for giving us some of your time today. And I can't wait to see the next event out there.
Yeah, no, thank you for everything you do. You are truly a plethora of knowledge, and I appreciate our friendship and our, work relationship. And I love seeing your girls grow. So it's been great.
Absolutely. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Jeremy. Bye.
Wow. Thanks so much to Bernadette for taking the time out of her day. Again, you can reach out to her on Facebook. I will link all of her things in the socials so you can reach out and contact her. But she absolutely has a different mindset when it comes to client events. So proud to call her a friend, a colleague, and trying to keep up with her as I kind of develop my client event strategy. But she is absolutely 1A when it comes to that in the real estate world. So thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you're listening on the podcast, throw me a review. That helps us build the community. Share this episode with your favorite realtor. And I look forward to talking to you guys soon. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.